the active runners made an insanely huge difference. Oh my god. I went and took this car for a spin and rolled in to the throttle and broke loose. Hey, what is going on, guys? Donovan here. Now, I apologize if you guys can hear the wind in the background. There's kind of a lot going on right now, and it's a super windy day, so there's kind of a lot of ambient noise. The goal of today's video is to actually fix a couple of mistakes that I made when installing the 392 intake manifold. So going over to the engine bay, you can take a look at it. Everything's hooked in now. The car runs. But unfortunately, the MSD box isn't reading RPM correctly. And I believe that's because I tapped into the incorrect injector wire. But as you guys can see here, I made a mistake when working on this wire, and I basically cut this too close to the base of the injector clip. So what I'm gonna go to do is go to O'Reilly's and find an entire another clip to replace this. From what I was reading online, that is possible, so I'm going to give that a shot, and I'm going to switch the wire that the MSD white wire is tapped into, and I'm going to see if it reads the RPM correctly then. So basically, I'm going to be starting fresh with this little clip since, you know, I messed that up. Also, while I'm in here, I might as well clean up some of these wires, because as you can tell, this isn't exactly pretty. And I'm thinking I'll redo some of these, and instead of crimping this down using butt connectors, I'll probably end up soldering it. But this time I'm gonna go buy a nicer soldering iron since mine is kind of old and doesn't work too well. So yeah, we're gonna head to the parts store. I'm gonna pick up a couple things. I also have to pick up a 10 amp fuse because I used a fuse tapper to tap into my AC clutch relay fuse port. And I forgot to pick up another 10 amp fuse, so it runs right now, but I don't think the AC will actually work. So we'll get this all cleaned up, get this thing running nicely, and make sure that the short runners are actuating, and then hopefully I can go get this thing dynoed in a couple of days. So we'll go ahead and throw this stuff in here, just in case. MSD box is on, but it reads at 0 RPM. So obviously the engine's not at 0 RPM, so the goal of today is to fix that. Okay guys, so I'm back in the garage with the engine bay open. As you can see, nothing much has changed. But I got back from the auto parts store, and a few minutes ago I actually met up with a dude who hit me up on Instagram who lives pretty close by. He went ahead and lended me this tape that's essentially the same stuff they use for the factory wiring harness. As you can see, it's more of a cloth-like thing, and it's more resistant to heat, and it doesn't gum up like electrical tape does. So it'll look a lot more OEM, and the car will look a lot better. So basically, I'm cleaning up the wiring now. I went to O'Reilly's and picked up a new injector connector wire, so I'm going to replace the stock one, which is this. With this one, I already checked, it bolts, or it clips in nicely. It's nice and snug, so it won't go anywhere. Really, this was my bad. I could already see the comments like, bro, that's what you get for cutting too close to the connector, blah, blah, blah. It was a rookie mistake, I know, and unfortunately, that's what happens when, you know, I tried soldering and I tried splicing using butt connectors all on the same wire. So that wire has basically been through hell, so I was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and pick up one of these and start fresh. So that's what I'm tackling now, but actually really quick, I'm going through some of these wires that have the plastic shielding on them, and I'm just putting this tape on to kind of make it look a little nicer. Like this was one of the pink accessory wires. As you can see, there's a little pink left there. But I went ahead and taped around it, and it looks a lot better. It looks a lot more incognito. I'm gonna go ahead and go around the car and just test a lot of the connections I made again, like on the map sensor in the back, since that was the original one that came loose and was causing my misfire. So I'm gonna go ahead, Make sure those things are crimped down nicely. I'm going to clean up this like Y joint here and stuff with this tape. And we're gonna get this thing up and running. My goal is to have this MSD box working by the end of the day. Now, I know if I had this professionally done, it would have been done a lot quicker, probably in a couple hours. But to have this done by like a professional completely defeats the purpose of what I'm trying to do here. This is my car. I'm trying to have fun with it. To an extent, I trust myself with the work I do, and really there's not much you can mess up with this. Obviously that injector wire is screwed up, but that's not the end of the world. That's something that can be fixed, and I think that a lot of people forget that. It's a learning experience for me. It is likely a learning experience for some of you as well, and I just want to make that clear before I get any like weird comments in the comment section, which I normally don't, so you know, I appreciate you guys for bearing with me. Anyways, let's continue. Okay guys, so I rewired some of the stuff. It's nighttime because I took a break. My dad and I were installing a winch on the Wrangler, so I took a little break from doing the wiring, but I went ahead, connected the new injector thing. Basically, it should be good to go now. I switched the wires that the MSD box was tapped into, so hopefully that fixes the issue. And instead of soldering it on now, I used basically crimpers to put a butt connector on it. So yeah, I just plugged the battery in. Hopefully this thing starts right up. I gotta open the garage so I don't gas myself to death, and we'll see if this MSD box reads RPM, because if it doesn't, I think I might cry. Yes! That's a win, baby! Does that look right? That looks right. So it looks like the MDS or MSD box is on. It's reading RPMs correctly. You can see it decrease as the car idles down, so that is a W, baby. I am so excited right now. I'm gonna go ahead and take this thing for a spin, since it probably has to relearn now that the airflow is gonna be a little bit different. So look forward to that video. I'm gonna do a first impressions video for you guys. Anyways, thank you for going along on this tiny journey thing, I guess. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out. Actually, remember to subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.